Hello, my little chickens. How are you today? I am so excited that we're carrying on with the topic of bullying. And what are we going to rev ourselves up with today? What about a little Ava Max, baby? I suppose I should have had my tiara on for this one, kings and queens, but let's just warm up. Starting with If All of the Kings. Are we ready? Together, if all of the kings had their queens on the throne, we would pop champagne and raise a toast. Oh, to all of the queens who are fighting alone. Baby, you're not dancing on your own. Da, 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 da. Mm, mm, mm. Right, and that also ties in a little bit with our topic, because boys can bully girls and girls can bully boys and boys can bully boys and girls can bully girls. So we just really have to make note of the fact, and it is a fact, that each person is special and that we are all queens and we are all kings, and what makes us different and unique is what makes us special. So don't ever want to be like anybody else. But also don't ever bully someone because they are not like you. How boring would the world be if we all were the same, looked the same, acted the same? Oh my soul, it would be like stormtroopers from Star Wars. Nothing different. So today we are going to discuss I'm looking there at my textbook, but I suppose I could bring it up on the screen. The 6 types of bullying. All right. And I would hope by the end of the lesson, or at least by the end of the next lesson, you would be able to name those 6 types of bullying. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 types, and give a definition for them and give an example. All right. So let's go and look at our textbook. So I have to click here, share screen, and then I go to the Google, and there is page 64, which you are still on from last time. Okay, so there are many forms of bullying, and here are the 6 we're going to look at. Physical bullying, verbal bullying, psychological bullying, social bullying, sexual bullying, and cyberbullying. 6. Okay. So physical bullying, I think we all know it says there, hitting, tripping, kicking, punching. Wow, there could be a number of things. Bashing someone against the wall, tripping them, knocking their cold drink out of their hand. So many types of physical bullying, throwing a soccer ball in their face. And you're probably giggling now, but the fact is that none of these things are okay. They're just not. We have better ways to express ourselves. And here's a thought: sometimes you don't have to express yourself. Express yourself. Don't express yourself. Sometimes you can keep the thoughts inside your head and not lash out in any way and not bully in any way. You can just be a mature person and not say ugly things to people. I mean, my dad had a saying, and it's actually a very well-known saying, but he taught us from young: if you can't say anything nice, don't say anything at all. And then we'd probably be living in a more peaceful society. Okay, so that's the physical bullying. And I'm sure some of you have done that to someone else and had it done to you. I mean, I had bruises on my arms my whole childhood because there were 3 of us in the back of the car, big brother, me in the middle, little brother. It was, there's a line, there's a line, dish, you're over the line, dish, punch, punch, hey, hey. You know, not a very good idea, especially if you're driving to Durban and distracting the driver. But anyway, we used to do all sorts of things. my brother used to tear my poster off my bedroom door, and then I used to grab his Tyrannosaurus Rex model that he made with some toothpicks or what are those things, ice cream sticks, and then he'd grab my bangle and he'd throw it outside, and there was just so much going on. So I think we have, even if we don't have siblings, we have been a bully at some point in our life. Okay, then the verbal bullying is the name calling, teasing, putting someone down, constantly being someone who harasses someone else. So when you harass someone, you're annoying them constantly, okay? And there it's the, like I said, name calling. And I'm not going to give you a whole lot of new ideas, but you know, I don't want to be calling someone something or saying, oh, you are so stupid. I can't believe you can't do that. Oh my word, you're so childish, etc., etc., etc. Okay, so verbal bullying, bullying with your words. Then we have psychological bullying. So this is when threatening, stalking, making gestures. So you're actually just upsetting the mind of that person, right? I'm going to get you after school. Now, maybe you're not going to get them, and you're not going to punch them, and you're not going to do anything to them. But the threat is bullying, and it makes them uncomfortable. Like, wait until you're alone, buddy. Right? Things like that. Or making gestures with your hands or with your face and so on. Then we get the social bullying, spreading rumors, ignoring someone. So, for example, there's 5 friends, and then you just decide, we don't want to play with Bobby Naidu anymore. Let's just kick him to the curb, metaphorically speaking. And let's just go play soccer, and if he comes to try and play, we'll run away. Things like that. I mean, I don't even see the necessity for all of this, but it is age old, and it's been going on, and it's still going on, and we can do something about it, really. And it's not just to change someone else, it's to change ourselves. Then we get sexual bullying. Okay, that is when, number one, if you are calling someone a name or being nasty or ugly or harassing them because of their sexual orientation. So perhaps they are not the same as you and they act differently, and perhaps the boy is more interested in a boy than a girl. I don't know, whatever it could be, but you are teasing them. You're like, oh, you look like such a girl with that hairstyle, you know. But then also when someone touches you in a very unpleasant way, or in a place where you shouldn't be touched, and when your mom and dad have said to you, if someone makes you feel uncomfortable, if they're touching you in a certain way, then you must tell us so that we can stop that from happening. And, you know, often sexual bullies could be adults that we know. And, you know, they just put their arm around you, and then it just sort of drops and touches your butt, something like that. You know, any touching in inappropriate places, sexual bullying is not okay. Right, and remember we said it could be someone your age, it could be someone older, it could be an adult, it could be a family member that is bullying you, but you need to speak out. All right, then we have cyberbullying, and I'm sure a lot of you have experienced this. You've been cyberbullied, or you've been a cyberbully to someone else. And insulting someone in a chat room, like on a WhatsApp group, sending cruel or threatening emails or text messages, using the web, chat rooms, mobile phones to spread rumors or information about someone. And you can get into so much trouble for this type of thing. So it's not actually even worth it. You might think, got that person real good. Now they'll never do this or that to me again. But the fact is, there are so many legal ramifications. So if you, for example, take a picture of a nude person and then you Photoshop your friend's head onto that body and then send it to everyone in the school, it's not just going to be ha ha and oh, level 3, level 4, whatever. It's going to be lawyers, baby. You're going to be under arrest, and anything you say can and use. No, what is it? Anything you say can and will be used against you in a court of law. So, yes, these things are very serious. Okay, and the 6 in the list are not in any particular order. They are all bullying and they are all unacceptable. Okay, so let's go out of there and let's go back to Minnie Mouse. Please do not discriminate against me or harass me because I have big ears and start calling me wingnut and all sorts of things, right? Or, oh, those earrings are not real gold. Those earrings look like they come from the Chinese shop by Spur. They do. So we are going to try not to bully. Okay, now what I want you to do, what I've decided is, the first thing is, I'm going to go back to the textbook and we're going to look at the 5 pictures. There are 5, even though there are 6 types of bullying. But I want you to finish your letter today, if you didn't finish it last time, to a person who bullied you. And then what I want you to do is write a paragraph where you explain where you were a bully in any of these 6 ways. Have you ever in any way been a physical bully, a verbal bully? And I'm sure many of us can say yes to these at some point. It doesn't mean we got a bullying problem, but we could have at some point called someone an ugly name or tapped them a little too hard on the arm or some sort of thing. Psychological bullying, social bullying, sexual bullying, and cyberbullying. Have you ever been a bully in any way or form? All right, so let's just quickly go to the next page. And we're looking at, oh, this is jumping all over the show. I'm trying to do it with my little arrow, but it doesn't want to do that. So let me go to this little arrow here. Okay, so page 65. Look at the illustrations below and identify the different forms of bullying. Okay, have you ever experienced any of these forms of bullying? We talked about that yesterday, but have you ever found yourself doing any of these? And then that's what you're going to write a paragraph about after your letter to the bully. Okay, so I'm presuming that first one looks like a bit of a, well, let's see if we can see the others first, just to eliminate. So I'm going to say then that that first one, oh guys, you're going to be so annoyed with me with all this. Scrolling up and down. Okay, let's just get there. Okay, so it looks like he's going to punch the girl, and so that would be physical bullying. Okay, then the next one, shame. There's a boy's reading some awful thing that someone wrote about him on the WhatsApp chat or on, okay, I don't think you're old enough for Facebook yet, but I think, I know with 6.1 we did try to find out the ages where you were allowed to have a Facebook profile or to be on WhatsApp and so on. But you guys are very young, so you shouldn't be on any of these platforms. But there may be someone in the class sent a horrible picture of him, or yeah, you never know what. So that would be cyberbullying. Now in the middle here we've got verbal bullying. Clearly this girl is letting rip and saying all sorts of ugly things to her, I was going to say a friend, maybe it won't be a friend anymore after that, right? Then the bottom left here we have, I'm just trying to think, if you're looking let's see, if you were looking this way, yeah, it would still be bottom left. Okay, so that to me looks like social bullying, a little bit of psychological in there as well. So those two are chatting and they are leaving the friend out of the conversation. And it's a really horrible type of bullying. It can just make a person so unhappy. And then, well, there's that dude touching that girl, touching her boobs, wrong place. That is not okay, guys. Girls, also not okay to be touching a guy in inappropriate places. So sometimes, you know, we see it in the movies, or it happened in class last year as well, actually, where a girl said, no, this guy keeps touching my leg under the table. And it did take a bit of a while for us to find out from the two of them. But sometimes, a person will just like brush against you, and they were actually just trying to get past you on the corridor or whatever, and they weren't actually touching you in an inappropriate place. But if it just keeps happening and this person's hand is on your leg the whole time under the desk, then that's not. Sorry, I don't know why I keep. Let me just move my chair. I don't know why I keep touching your leg by mistake when meantime it's on purpose. So just be very aware, and we are going to deal with how to deal with bullying, whether you are being bullied or whether you are perhaps a bully yourself. And that will be throughout the topic. But so what I want you to do then, finish a letter that you may not have finished. Then I want you to write a beautiful paragraph of any of those 6 ways. I know there's only 5 pictures, but if you look at page 64, you look at the 6 ways, I want you to tell me about a time when you were a bully in that way. What did you do? What did you say? Who was it? How old were you? Where was it? What was the situation? And you'll actually be surprised that, oh, I have been a bully myself, right? So that is what you are going to do for me. And now we are going to say, cut. Everybody clear the film set. The director has spoken. So this is me trying to find the button because I haven't done this in a while. Stop recording. Everybody clear the set.